One of the hardest things to do when you're feeling upset internally or you're feeling bad for whatever reason, maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day, is to not rub off on other people in a negative way, right? You want to do your best to make sure that you're not giving off the negative energy that you feel, that you want to make sure you're not putting that onto other people. So how do you do that? And more importantly than being mindful of how you're coming off to other people, how do you help yourself get through those negative emotions quicker? Well, so this video topic came to me just a few days ago because recently I was feeling not well and I had to be mindful of how I was coming off to other people because I was in a situation, a scenario where it was important for me to make sure that I was still being positive and still being courteous to other people. So what I have personally found to be one of the most effective ways to make sure that you're not rubbing off on any negative energy that you're feeling to other people is to not really speak more than you have to speak. And by that, when you're in a state where you're feeling upset, sad, angry, just some negative emotion, you don't have the most energy going through. You don't feel super enthusiastic about maybe being super friendly. And so you're in a more vulnerable, lower energy state already. So it's important that you do not overexert yourself and give off more energy than you have to in responses and replies. But it is important that you still do the best that you can to be cordial to other people. So as an example, if I'm feeling in a not so great mood and someone, let's say one of my friends or my colleagues is in a very expressive and excited mood, maybe there's a break coming up or something, and they're just interacting with me, engaging with me in a super high energy mood, I need to make sure that I am conserving the small amount of energy that I have. You have to go into energy conservation mode. So I would reply something like, instead of maybe when I was in a good mood being like, oh, that's awesome, man, you're getting all hyped and excited with them, you can more so keep most of that energy to yourself, but still be cordial, like, hey, that's awesome, man. I'm really excited. That's gonna be a good time for you. And then they might ask, so what's going on with you? And they might want to get into a conversation. And a great way to conserve that energy is to stay in that state where you're just like, oh, I'm going to just go home for the weekend, hang out with some family. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. Notice the difference. So when you're in these negative moods, don't feel like you have to rise to match someone's energy level who is having a good day when you are not, or is doing well in that situation when you are not. Helping to conserve that energy will help you to rise yourself, rise out of that negative mood faster and get to a place where you're feeling more positive. I've done a lot of trial and error. And I do want to note, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm just sharing my own anecdotes for what has helped me to get out of these funks easier. So continuing on with that, like I said, conserving my energy, but being polite has helped me to get out of funks quicker. And I've noticed that the funks have been prolonged when I have tried to put on a fake smile and not be genuine. So something that's important to keep in mind too when you're feeling in a low mood is to realize that you want to do the best you can not to drag other people down to your negative mood. And that's tough to do because sometimes when you're feeling in a bad mood, you're feeling upset, you're not feeling positive, and you see other people around you that are positive, sometimes you want to take their energy and just bring it down because it annoys you or whatever. But keep in mind that that's selfish. So just like you're being selfish, importantly, by maintaining some of your energy and not giving too much energy to other people, but still staying pleasant, you want to make sure that you're not rubbing off negatively and dragging them down. Because let's face it, we've done that to people and we've had people do that to us. It's no fun, and other people don't appreciate when you let your negative mood kind of taint the vibe of the general mood of the situation, of wherever you are, the environment. So keep those two things in mind as you're processing your negative emotions. Realize a couple other important things. Just like you're gonna feel positive at times, you're also gonna feel negative. You're not always going to, and remember this, because sometimes it's hard and it's easy to forget that the negative emotions are not gonna last forever. The positive emotions are not gonna last forever either. And so it's natural to have these ups and downs. Just remember, when you're feeling at your worst, it is not gonna feel that way forever. Don't beat yourself up for feeling that way. See, I think it's an issue where we try to talk about almost entirely good emotions and good feelings and don't encourage the dialogue and discussion of bad emotions and bad feelings. And that's important to do because we all feel them. So we don't need to pretend like they don't exist. Another way to raise yourself up from the negative emotions that I forgot to mention earlier is to talk with people that are trusted in your life, in your inner circle, but also make sure not to drag them down. Share how you feel, but don't completely bring them down in the process. Much easier said than done, right? So at the end of the day, it's important to not feel bad, embarrassed, or guilty in the fact that you're not having the best day or the best time, the best situation, what have you. It is important to make sure you're not giving off more energy than you have to, so you can bring yourself up from that less than positive mood. And then it's also important to make sure you're not bringing other people down. I hope this video was informative and helpful. Please let me know if it provided you any value. I'm always looking for video topics to cover in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.